今回からね、チキンポリスやっていきます。はい。この雰囲気からしてね、わかると思うけど、大人なゲームですね。はい。ただ、デモ版で、レイモンのチャンネル発注。デモ版やったから。
I ran out to get a pack of cigarettes, but I left my wallet at home.
新しいところはしないです。
Yeah, that's me. I'm getting old. My name is Sonny Featherland, an investigator for 20 years, and once the star of the predatory division of the Clawville Police Department, one half of the legendary Chicken Police. But buying a pack of smokes is more than I can handle right now. Maybe I should just lay low. Yeah, I'll do that. The most colorful place in the wilderness. For all the gods, what bullshit. The last clucking color left this city years ago. And slowly I'll turn gray too. Still, what do I expect? We're living in a vast experiment and don't even notice that everything got clucked up a long time ago. We believe in this wonderland of peaceful coexistence. Wolves and sheep, chickens and hounds. Yeah, sure, why not? It's just ridiculous. The dog eats the chicken. It's in our nature. I'm not propping up the illusion anymore. 121 days, and it's over. Retirement. What could possibly go wrong? Crap. My office lock is a piece of shit if a dame can pick it. She stood in the darkness. The light painted stripes on her body. It whispered secret little things that were never there in the first place. But she was no zebra. Reality was just a light switch away. Elizabeth or Charlotte? I was sure she'd have a sophisticated-sounding name. She had a bygone look in her eyes, older than this ancient building, and perhaps the whole city itself. Or maybe I'm just drunk. But she was the first womanly thing in my place for a long time, so I had to give her a chance.
この渋い声と喋り方がいいよね。帰ってきたら、なんか、ガゼルなのかインパラなのかの女性が家に入ってたと。はい、どうも。その前にいろいろ見ようか。電話。適当にかけて繋がったらびっくりだよね。答えなし。はい、そりゃそうだ。それがただ、自分の
Every whiskey has the same color nowadays, at least in this price range.
ウイスキーはね、
I promised myself I'd write a novel one day.
見出し、お、
She doesn't seem so dangerous that I need to grab my gun, but you never know.
お、取った。
My
最後のタバ
last
コ。
cigarette. You're lucky I don't have a light, pal.
ライター持ってない
My
けど取る
wallet
んだ。
and my badge. The wallet is real. The badge ain't. Chief Bloodboil took mine, so I got this one out of a pack of cornflakes, just in case.
警察手帳のバッジはもう没収されたんだ。没収というか
I haven't dusted you off in a while, partner. Looks like I may be needing you now.
自分のカバンの中に入れてる
Oh
んだ
man, I
ね。
totally get you.
吸いたいってこと？
Ironic, but ever since I've been on furlough, with only my fake badge sitting in my cabinet, I feel more like a cop than I ever had before. More like a Clawville cop, anyway.
猶予期間みたいな感じかな、今。自
I
然
wanted to travel the world when I was a kid, but I think I'm gonna end up dead in here, whether I like it or not.
このゲームすごく動物ギャグっていうかおしゃれなねギャグが多
We
い。
used to be star cops a few years ago. Tabloid press, radio interviews, and even a book series. I don't
相
miss
棒
those
の
days.
元相
Of
棒の
course,
マーキ
Marty, my old partner, would disagree. He just loved the spotlight.
まあ、引っ張りだこなくらいすごい有名な刑事だったんだね。ね。小桜優子みたいなの。
This is one of the most beautiful memories from my old
ああ、モ
life
リーが娘を。
before Molly left me and took our daughter.
はい、多分モリーさん奥さんかな、元奥さんかな。
The good things in life don't last long. The best ones always leave first. I saw that in the window of a shoe store. I never understood it, or what it had to do with shoes.
いいことは長続きしない。古き良き時代の思い出。なんか女の子がいっぱいいるのはバレエの教室っぽいね。娘さん。で、これ奥さんか。そういう教室を開いてたのかな。
M.B. Davis, the eternal king of jazz. The photo is from the days of jazz prohibition. I only heard the old man live one time, but I'll never forget that night. And not only because I woke up at the harbor without my gun, my badge, and my pants.
ジャズが大好きなんだね。
The wild gentlemen. Those guys rebuilt the city after the great fire of 867. My heroes when I was a little chick. I'm starting to think they should have left Clawville as it was, burned to the ground.
この町は種族関係なく一緒に暮らしている世界ですね。この人たちがそれを作り上げたというか助けたのかな。
I don't even know where the key is. Whatever's inside is gonna stay there forever.
鍵がどこにあるかすらわからない。わあ、いっぱい見ら
I
れる
don't see
ね。
colors anymore. Only emptiness. Everything faded. I need another drink. Books I'm never gonna read. Maybe nobody ever has.
なんでここに置いてるんだろう。自分の本じゃないのかな。こんにちは。見る。
Who is this dame anyway?
ね。
And what the cluck is she doing in my apartment on New Year's Eve?
Let me introduce myself. My name is Deborah, Miss Deborah Ibanez.
デボラ・イバネス。
You're mistaken, ma'am.
Oh, really? Please enlighten me, Mr. Featherland.
I'm not a private eye. I'd recommend Mr. Philmar Lowe instead of me. He's a nice guy.
フィリップ。仲良しの人がちゃんとやってるのかな。
Believe me, Mr. Featherland, it's not an accident I
マ
came
サン
to
ガゼ
you.
かな、この人。
Look, miss, I work for the police and I'm currently on leave. I couldn't accept private commissions even if I wanted to. Not even from a classy dame like you.
Am I that easy to read?
見え見えかしら。
That's my job. But tell me, since you've invited yourself in, would you like a drink?
I don't usually drink.
Well, I've gotta have one. And it'd be rude of me to drink alone. So, maybe some sherry?
なんかゴソゴソしてますね。
If you insist. But bourbon,
も
please.
う結構いくね。
Thank the wild ones. That's all I have.
What a coincidence.
So come on, spill it from the beginning.
よし。そう。お、いいね。好き飲みたくなるな、このゲーム。はい。一杯いただきます。で、新しい動物の情報とか出るんですよね。はい。デボラ・イワネス。インパラでした。メス。美しく華奢。他に言えることはない。彼女は自分の雇い主のために使い走りをやっている。学のある女だが、特に裕福な家や権力のある知事の出身というわけではなさそうだ。雇い主のために使い走りをやっている。場所。ここ元ホテルって書いてあったけど、そこに住んでるんだね。だからあんまり知らない本とかあるのかな。キンポリスは名の知れた刑事の岩組である。サンティのサニー・フェザーランドとマーティ・マクチキンの2名は、各新聞社が血の大晦日と呼ぶ事件を担当したことで名声を得た。血の大晦日。今日も大晦日だね。彼らはその後10年間近く順風満帆な活躍を続けるが、とある乱闘事件がきっかけで、その伝説に終止符が打たれる。小説シリーズも出てるらしいね。でも今はもう廃れてしまったという感じだね。400年以上前から独立都市国家として存続してきた。4つの国が同都市の創立に関わっており、黒ビル首相に書かれている4体の動物4本の手はその名残である。史実では虫類部族同盟と大昆虫族、虫もいるのか。都市の創設に深く関わっていたが、市の紋章にその存在が描かれることはなかった。なんでだろう。やっぱ問題が出たんだね。政治的自治、そして捕食者というものは両方が平和的に暮らせる自然界で唯一の国家としての夢が今なお維持されており、それゆえに染色の街と呼ばれることもある。漫画のビースターズとか好きなんだけど、それに近い感じの世界観かな。でも他の国ではきっと食べ合ってるとか、もう完全に種族バラバラに暮らしてるんでしょうね。三神というものがある神様。創造破壊沈黙の聖なる三位一体を構成する。これもなんかありそうだね。あとで数値フェーダしたシーンとかあるんだ。帯状法97もある。
Legs that go on for days, deep dark eyes, silky skin and voice. You're in big trouble, pal. That's better. Now, if I understand correctly, your mistress is receiving threats. What kind of threats exactly?
It's a very strange matter. First, there were letters. Then it came printed on a wine bottle's label, sent as a gift, then carved into a brick, thrown through the window, and finally, they painted it on the wall of the house in giant red letters.
I think it's time to dig a little deeper. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you some routine questions.
Please, that's why I'm here.
はい、尋問します。そう、このゲーム、尋問というシステムがあります。被害者の女は何か気 妙な脅しの標的になっている。いずれも手書きで残されている。尋問しますか。焦点は容疑者について知っている情報だ。相手が怪しいかどうか、そこに注目しよう。話題、ジョン・ドーについて。こいつ何か怪しいぞ。ここに注目した方が良さそうだ。焦点怪しい。なるほど。これは例ね。この男は怪しい。俺は怪しいぞ。なんでお前は怪しいんだ怪しい部分ね、これが。容疑者から印象を集めよう。印象を得るたびに新たな質問が追加されるぞ。印象は怪しいという印象。ページメーターは尋問がうまくいっているかどうかを教えてくれる心強い味方だ。できるだけプラス側になるように維持していこう。ゆいって白いのが増えていったらいいのか。あれどうなのかな。赤い黒い方がプラスっていう意味なのかな。いいね。プラス100。
I must be cautious and smart. This dame seems shy, which I can use to my advantage. But I must be careful about what I say to her, or I could scare her off. Let's start gently, and when the time comes, we can go in hard.
緊張するね。一体、デボラ・イバネズさんは注意深く起点を聞かせないと。この女性は恥ずかしがり屋のようだからそれをうまく利用する。ただし言葉には気をつけないと怯えさせてしまうな。まずは優しく様子を伺いながら適切なタイミングで厳しく問い詰めるぞ。コミジアンな印象。何者なんですか？
Who exactly are you, ma'am?
I'm not somebody important, Mr. Featherland.
You're important enough to deal with such a delicate matter, right?
I carry out the wishes of my employer, nothing more. This means simple paperwork, most of the time.
You've been thrown into deep water, sweetheart. Tell me, can you even swim?
これやったっけな。覚えがないな。
Believe me, this is just as unpleasant for me as it is for you, if not even more.
この人の尋問を覚えてるけど。はい。疑い深いタイプね。どの辺に住んでるのか。カラベラヒルズ、それともフラワービルかな。自信があまりなさそうだね。本当に大丈夫？どっちも優しそうに見えるけどわかんないな。どの辺に住んでるの？
Tell me,
ごめ
which
んなさ
part
い、
of the
すっ
city
ご
do
い
you
救
live
急
in?
車やら消防
Calavera
車だ。
Hills, Flowerville, maybe.
Look, I
答えたく
don't
ない。
want to answer that. I'm here on behalf of my employer and not on personal business.
下手に
Fair
情報を
point,
聞こうとしたら
Deborah.
ダ
Let's
メな
try
の
a
か。
different approach.
失敗したな、きっと。でも、プラス10になって、増えた。洗いざらい歌ったらどうだ。なぜ今日この夜に俺を訪ねてこなきゃならなかったんだい？
Why did you have to visit me this particular evening?
I have my reasons. I may look like a silly little fawn, and maybe I am, but I still have common sense.
普段はこんなことしない
I
っていう
don't
こと
doubt
だ
that
ね。
for a second, Miss Ibanez.
This day is essential to my mistress, and she thought it's also
大
important to
晦日
you.
ね。
A message in itself, for sure. But to be honest, even you are.
You know what? I'll just take that as a compliment, even if it wasn't meant as such.
ちょっと怖がられてしまっている。生まれ育ちはクロービル。なぜ君が俺を訪ねてきたんだい？どうして君の雇い主が直接来ないのかな。なぜだい？なぜ直接来ないんだい？
Why did you come to visit me? Why not your employer herself?
My employer is Miss Natasha Katsenko. She hasn't been leaving her home lately, only if she really has to.
キャッツェンコさんのデモ版ですごいよく残ってる
Miss
な。
Natasha is afraid.
うん。
She's scared because of those unwanted messages,
怖いよ
and
ね。
everyone knows who she is.
脅迫みたいな。
So she's that kind of woman.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you do, Deborah. Thank you, by the way. We're finally getting somewhere. We avoided the point long enough. Deborah's hiding something, no question. Let's focus on that.
はーい。私たちは問わないが、何を期待して俺に会いに来たんだ？大戦隊、君は下2つだと思うけど、結構強く効いてそうな。何を期待
What
してきた
exactly
の？
did you expect by coming here to meet me?
I expected your help, just like my mistress said.
Oh, that's very nice. But have you seen this neighborhood? Have you seen this wreck called a hotel? Who were you hoping to find in a place like this?
Someone reliable
Well, I am reliable.
and discreet
That's right.
and thorough
No question about that.
and has a heart of
傲慢な
gold.
心の持ち主。
Okay, let's stop it right there.
褒め倒しだな。プラス5。自分に向いてると思ってる。厄介ごとに。本がする。生きできませんな。厄介ごとに
Are
つい
you
て
in
る
some
のかい？
sort of jam?
Nothing of the sort. There are simply things better left unsaid.
Then you're wasting my time.
なるほど。厄介ごとだよとは言わないのが放ってるのかな？
You'll manage it.
Yeah, and I have no other choice, right?
To be honest, no, Mr. Featherland, not really.
全体的になんだか疑わしいと思わない？
Don't you think this whole thing is a little suspicious?
Look, Santino, I'll explain
お
everything.
願いね。
I have no doubt about that. You look just the type, sweetheart. No offense.
I'll take that as a compliment. Or maybe I'll act like I haven't heard it.
You see, we're starting to understand each other.
よしよし。お、ずいぶん増えたぞ。君のことを信じるべき理由があるのかな？
Tell me, Deborah, why should I believe you at all?
Because my mistress trusts you.
Should that be enough?
If you really like what she thinks you are, then yes.
なんでその主人の人は自分の
Damn,
ことを
what
そん
can
な
I
信
say
じ
to
てるんだ
that?
ろう？
Look, I didn't mean to back you up against the wall.
You have a way with words, sweetheart. Did you ever want to be a cop?
No, not for the world.
Heh, smart answer.
で、正直に言ってくれ。何をそんなに恐れてるんだ？
Be honest and tell me what you're so afraid of.
You know, Mr. Featherland, my mistress's partner is Hobart Wessler. Or as most people know him,
Ibn Wessler, the kingpin.
ギャングのボス。
exactly.
女の主人のご主人さんが
Feathery
Yeah,
gods,
it was-
help me.
So you get it now. The secrecy.
To put it mildly, I think I understand it all. Wessler. This little piece of the puzzle changes everything.
はい。もう命かかってる状態で来たようなもんだよね。お、いける伝説。やったね。頂点精度100だって。最終的な考え。完璧な仕事ぶりだ。10年前と全く変わらないと言ってもいい。気をつけろよ。クロービル、サニーフェザーランドとチキンポリスの復活だ。重要な手がかり。雇い主のナターシャの情婦は、なんとあの悪名高きギャングのイブン・ウェスラーだ。はい。
Legs that go.
はい。
Why don't you take it to the police? Just go there and file a report. Photos, flashing lights, fingerprints. You know the drill. The evidence is very clear. Even a moderately talented detective could easily wrap this case up. Or just try the phone. 555-111.
Please, take a look at this.
Well, okay. Let's see.
新しい何かをもらったぞ。クラブのチラシを。
I know Molly very well. Please note this when deciding whether or not to accept my assignment. Miss Ibanez is a trusted friend. Treat her as gentleman. N.
キャッチェンコさんからのメモですね。メモというか、お手紙的な。はい、手がかり。ヨコラ・ビッパンですは、ナターシャ・キャッツェンコのに雇われている。ナターシャの情婦は、ヤングのイブン・ウェスラー。動物。増えてるな。秘密主義者。秘密主義で演技が上手いだけかもしれない。彼女言ったことすべて鵜呑みにできるわけじゃない。イブン・ウェスラーの勢力に加担していると言うべきだろうか。恐怖もこれで合点がいく。キャッツェンコさん、メス、驚くほど、青色だっけ、読めない色の翡翠、違うな。瞳をしている。何らかのトラブルに巻き込まれているのが確かだ。脅迫を受けている。イブン・ウェスラーの情婦。本当の奥さんではないのかな。どうなんだろう。はい。で、この人ね。ネズミ。仲間でカリスマ性があるが、ギャングのクソ野郎でもある。ギャングの人ね。半分のあらゆる部分に手を伸ばしている。ものすごいギャングのボスだね。全部見たね。ひよっこだって。
I felt like I'd been hit on the back of my head with a blackjack. Reality tilted. Molly. Good gods. What was her name doing there? I glanced at the opposite wall with the well-worn picture frames, like an eternally dark hole in the wall, a missing piece. She was wearing a light silk dress and singing a lullaby, the waves caressing her beautiful long legs. Why Molly? Why now?
Mr. Featherland? Santino, are you all right?
ネザーランドか、そっか、サンティーノ。
What the hell is this supposed to mean?
サニー。
I don't know anything, Mr. Santino. My mistress told me to give this to you. She said you'd understand.
ボディ
Don't
のこ
you?
とを信用してるみたいな書いてあったね。
Oh, of course I understand, Miss Ibanez. I get it very well. But this case is becoming more and more confusing. It's starting to look like blackmail.
Blackmail?
Don't play innocent with me.
But
All right. When can I visit?
visit? Me?
Not you. Miss Katsenko.
Oh, yes. You can find her at the Tsar Club.
ザーリクラブ。ザーリって言ったね。
Didn't you tell me she's not the social kind? That she's especially unsociable?
いろいろ
Or
答え
does
と
she
こが
only
出る。
like loud and crowded clubs?
No, she's really not like that. But she owns the place.
Judging by the flyer, it must be a very busy club, especially on New Year's Eve,
大
right?
晦日か。
I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding Miss Katsenko. But there's one small problem, Mr. Featherland.
Let me guess. Mr. Wessler better not know about my visit.
Exactly. How did you know?
20 years experience, ma'am. Oh, and please, call me Sonny.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Sonny.
I'll talk about the rest with Ms. Ketsenko in person. A good friend of mine would be happy to take you home if you'd like.
I'd appreciate that, Sonny.
友達が出てきた。はい、友達、ウサギ。ドワーフウサギかな。わーお。サーリクラブにいるはず。妻、モリーのことを知っているらしい。モリーとのつながりを調べなければ。サーリクラブのオーナー。はい、このお友達ね。ルイス。給油喋るとどもる癖がある。ホテルアトラスのオーナー、ここのオーナーだったんだね。ここのオーナーなんだね、今。俺の大家でもあり、この驚くほど巨大なホテルの中であいつと俺の庭暮らしをしている。他にいないんだ、ここにいる人。刑事関係の話に大きな興味を持っており、俺が頼み事をすると喜んで使ってくれる。運転をしてもらう。555932。555932。こんなのもなかった気がするな。
Hey, Lewis. Am I bothering you?
No. Of course not, Sonny. Old friend, what's up?
Could you come over? I've got a favor to ask if you're not busy.
For you, anything. Just a minute.
555333だっけ、今日刑事。やっぱやめとこう。いや。あれ ?55999 だったか。見てこた。
He lived in the rooms above, so it wasn't difficult getting here. Not to mention that he's a rabbit. It was a quick hop. The Atlas Hotel was his inheritance. It was once a well-renowned place, but not anymore. The last economic crisis ruined it. And now, besides me, he was the only resident of this enormous place.
経済危機があったんだね。よし、じゃあ、ちょっとね、今回ここまでで戻れるかな？大丈夫かな？残ってるかな？まあ、そんな長くやってないからいいか。一回ここで終わります。